My name's Craig, and this is Spirit of Vinyl. Hope you all had a wonderful week. At this show, we talk about my record collection that's back here, the different things I found and what I've come up with or whatever, and pick an album a week or however you want to do it. I hope you guys all had a wonderful week, having a good time. I hope you're enjoying the show. Well, did you pick anything good up this week? I picked up this re-release of Slave to the Grind. It's fucking beautiful. I'll go more in depth than this later, but it is. I mean, it's fucking killer all the way through. It looks great. It sounds great. This is a great press. It just got released here a couple weeks back. So if you get a chance to pick this up, I would suggest you pick it up. It's really, really good. I've also picked up this one, Linkin Park. Not necessarily my favorite band out there, but I've already got Hybrid Theory, which is a great album, and this one's pretty fucking good also. Um, Looks good, sounds good. Nothing too special about it. There's not a whole lot, in it. I think this was, they re-released this as a massive box set a few months back, and then I think decided just to put the album out on its own. I looked at the box set or whatever, the super deluxe edition or whatever the fuck they want to call it, and it was way too pricey. I'm not that big of a fan. I like Linkin Park. We all do to a certain extent, but I wasn't going to spend $70 for some deluxe box set version, so I waited for this and gave like 25 or something like that for it. This Skid Row, this one was a little more money. It's a double LP. It does open up. It's got this cool artwork on the inside. So overall, this is a beautiful album. I'll go more in depth to this later. I just wanted to show you what I picked up this week. But this week's album that I want to talk about, basically I'm sitting around trying to decide what to listen to, and I've got so much. Sometimes I don't know what I want to listen to. So I just go to Discogs, and you can go to your collection, hit random item, let it pick a record, and let it play and pick it. So this week I ended up playing this. Foreigner's Head Games. Released September 10th, 1979. It's on Atlantic Records. It's pretty good. I mean, Foreigners, there's the track listing right there. So it's got a couple of hits on it. This is the one right before Foreigner 4. Japanese version, obviously, with this nice obi on here. And this is what's listed as an initial first release of this Japanese version. It came with, it's got the little Japanese lyric insert, which is pretty cool. All the Japanese presses come with those. This one also has an American insert that came with it also. So it came with this. Like I said, it's from September 1979. This is a first press, and it's pretty good. I would list this. I think I've got this listed at near mint. There's the record itself. You can see how nice and shiny it is. I've got this listed as near mint on the media. It's got no scratches or scuffs or anything. And I mean, this is one of the ones I found in the dumpster. I've told you the dumpster story. This is one of the ones that was found there. I listed this cover as VG Plus to near mint. I mean, I'm listing as a VG Plus, but you start looking at things like how good the spine is. And, it's in wonderful shape. Like I said, I found these all in the freaking garbage. So it's a great album. Listen to it. It's a little adult contemporary for me. It's before they got really, in Foreigner 4, when it comes out, it's more hard rock and stuff. This is more, I would call adult contemporary, I guess you'd say. They call it corporate rock now. I don't like that version of that. Foreigner was a great band, or is a great band. I hear they're doing their farewell tour now. Of course, they only have like one original member. So the album starts out with Dirty White Boy, which is, we all know that song. And then Love on the Telephone, Women, I'll Get Even With You, and 17 is on side one. I didn't know any of these songs. I had never played this album before until the other day. I've had it since I found it, a year and a half or whatever ago. But I've never played this album before. The only Foreigner album I've ever owned in my life was Foreigner 4 or their greatest hits album, which is I don't know, is it Records or Records? I don't know. The one that looks like a jukebox in the front had a copy of that. I've got a copy of that, a copy of this, and Foreigner 4 that were all found in the dumpster. This is the one that came up today. So this, you flip it over, side two's got Head Games on it, which is another hit we all know. The Modern Day, Blinded by Science, Do What You Like, and Rev on the Red Line. And I didn't know any of those songs besides Head Games and Dirty White Boy. I was pretty impressed with like Women and I'll Get Even With You. Those are very good songs. The song Blinded by Science is very deep and it's got cool groove to it, but there's a lot of keyboard in this and a lot of, more of that electronic type sounding. It's less guitar rock oriented than Foreigner 4 is, but it's still pretty good. It's more, I guess you could call it an easy listening rock or, yacht rock or whatever. I don't know what the hell you'd call it. I mean, they're a rock band. They're a hard rock band. The Foreigner's a great band. And Lou Graham's voice is off the chain. This album was produced by Roy Thomas Baker, or co-produced by Roy Thomas Baker, and then produced by Lou Graham and Mick Jones. It's the last album to have Mick Jones's vocals on it, from what I was reading. And then I think it all just goes to Lou Graham after that, who had the far superior voice anyway. Anyway, it's a great album. Like I said, this is the first pressing, 1979 Japanese press. If you wanted to buy a copy of this, it's between $40 and $80 on Discogs. I think the main reason it's that high is there's only 17 copies for sale on Discogs of this Japanese version, and none of them for sale from the United States of America. So, not that I would sell it, but, supply and demand, I'd say, if you wanted this for me, you'd have to give me $70, $80 for it. Not that I would ever sell, because I don't sell. But overall, I thought it was good. It was a great listen. If you want something that's nice to listen to, I would highly recommend Head Games. Love the cover here. She's looks like she got caught doing something bad, but technically she's just washing the graffiti off the walls. How the story goes, she's not actually using the bathroom in the urinal. But overall, I'd give it a listen. If you have a copy of it, go ahead and play it. If you haven't played it in a while, it's good music. It's good. You get in the first song, you hear Dirty White Boy kick in, you're kind of into it. And then the rest of it can kind of play in the background while you're doing other stuff. You don't have to pay too close of attention to it or whatever. And I kind of feel the same about side two. Head Games starts, it gets really rocking. Head Games is a great song. And then it becomes more something that you can just kind of play in the background, but it's good and it's catchy and they're great musicians and it's put together very well. And this copy, this Japanese press, is well mixed and well mastered, and it sounds wonderful. All the instruments come through very, very good through the proper channels. It's a great album. So go ahead and give Head Games from Foreigner a listen. And if you want to spend the money, buy the Japanese pressing. And now I can't compare this to an American pressing because I don't have a copy of this on an American pressing, but I have it in a Japanese pressing and it sounds great. One day I'd like to get into the idea of Japanese pressing versus American or US pressings or European pressings, to what you guys think and which one sounds better. I've always been impressed with every Japanese pressing I have. The way they sound sonically is always, I've never had any complaints at all. So, and I can't say that about some of the other pressings I've got. So I really do enjoy the Japanese pressings. Plus they're so cool looking and you get all this extra stuff. So it's well worth the money. And if you're a Foreigner fan, spend the $80 and ship it from Japan, and maybe it'll be as near mint as this one is. So, okay. Well, that's it for me for today. Like I said, Foreigner Head Games. Give it a listen. It's a wonderful album. Enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. All right. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to y'all next week.